happens and the recording is not able to happen now because Taina is not able to continue recording it, what we'll do is we will, once the weather is better, we'll come back on and we will do this whole class over, recording it, because we did have over 40 people register. We want to make sure everyone gets the recording who did register. So we'll figure it out. Don't worry. It's just a part of living in Florida with the weather. So we are going to get started. Again, this is the class on the new products, all the information we learned in Utah. So much to share. It was an amazing convention. We are so excited about a lot of the changes and all the things happening that we're hopefully going to be able to cover completely today. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can see me sharing the screen, because I don't see you guys now. Let me see.
You're sharing the wrong screen.
The wrong screen? Let me make sure. Slide.
Yeah, I think you have to change the display, the swap thing.
Oh, the display. Okay, hold on. I know where that is. I've seen that before. Display. Slideshow from the beginning. I see it on my other screen. It's not showing on yours. Let me see where the display.
When you shared screen, you shared the wrong screen. You're sharing the screen with the notes.
Oh, but how do I do that? Because on my other screen, it's the whole slideshow. I thought that was. Let me do it again. Okay. I didn't see that number thing like we did the when you were over here. So let me try to do it again. Share. Okay, so I'm doing screen, not, is it screen 1 or screen 2? That's what I'm not sure of. Let's try screen 2 and see if that works.
One on your, whatever, the one on your right says.
You got it. I can see it.
Okay. All righty. So now I just want to be able to see, how do I exit posting? Okay, let's see if we can get this where I can see both you guys and the presentation. I think this did it. Okay, cool. So this is, you see the slideshow now, right? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if it's going to the next one. And now you see the next slide. It's on there, healing hands.
Yes.
Is good? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the healing hands projects. Those of you who are new to doTERRA, maybe you haven't heard too much about our amazing charity, but when we get to go to convention, we get to learn about the projects and about what our donations are going to help, all the different things that we're doing. There even may be some people on here either live or who watch the recording later at some point who don't even have a doTERRA account yet, but you have been invited to come learn about doTERRA by someone in the class with us today, or maybe someone else on the team, and that's totally fine. Though this class is going to be kind of specific to some newer products, we are also going to go over some other things. And what I encourage you to do is get with the person who invited you so they can do a full consult with you and really help you get started with the things that are going to best suit your needs. But it's great that you're here because you're going to get to learn a lot about all the different aspects of doTERRA that we don't normally go over in a regular intro class. So I think we should cover a little bit more of this, even in our intro classes, because personally, when I go to convention and I'm reminded of all these things, it touches me in such a deep way. And it reminds me of like the bigger reason that I'm a part of this company. And I want to make it my purpose and be more deliberate about sharing these aspects of doTERRA, even in regular classes, because I think that it will give new people an idea of just how amazing a company we are. So for the healing hands, we have a couple new things changing. First, the Hope Oil. Those of you familiar with the Hope Oil, it's a beautiful blend that we've used for a long time now, and a lot of the proceeds were going toward helping organizations that work with victims of human trafficking and child sex trafficking. Well, some changes are occurring with the Hope Blend. We're going to get more into in another slide, but the formulation has changed. Personally, I love the new scent. I love it way more than I did the first one. And another change is that it's going to now have PV to it. Before, it had 0 PV, so you could share it and people would buy it, but it didn't add to your organizational volume. For those of us who sell oils, right? Like, that's going to help. So you could do fundraisers now, you could do all different things and really, you know, share with people what an amazing blend this is and how it can help contribute to the Healing Hands Foundation. Another thing that's new is we have something called the 25 Collective, and that is where you guys who are interested in donating a bit more to Healing Hands moving forward, anyone who joins the 25 Collective and donates $25 per month, you're going to have access to some really special sourcing calls that are just going to be exclusive to you guys. And it's just another way to give back. And we're going to learn a little bit more about some of the projects that, that these are helping. So this is the new Hope Blend. So those of you familiar with it, now it's going to have cedarwood, wild orange, lemon, petitgrain, pink pepper, bergamot, sandalwood, which is a really precious oil, vetiver, magnolia, and jasmine essential oil, and the absolute. One of the changes that occurred with jasmine is that in the past, it's only been offered as an absolute. They had not figured out how to create an actual essential oil with the jasmine. And now our sourcing partners for jasmine discovered a new way to cultivate the oil in a way that now it's an even more pure and more fragrant essential oil. And this is the first time in history this has been done. So anything else you've ever seen on the market that's touted as a jasmine oil never was. It was just an absolute, and who knows what else, right? Now it is an essential oil. And so this blend, like I said earlier, it's going to be $25, and now it's going to have PV. So you can actually share this as a part of your organization. You can do fundraisers to, you know, give back, but also it's going to, you know, help your business as well. These are some of the projects that your Healing Hands donations are going to help in doTERRA's organization. The first thing that we're going to go over is a hospital that was built in Sanag. That is the country where we cultivate our frankincense from. And this hospital has already served over 8,000 patients. It has delivered 138 healthy babies, many of whom were born via C-section. Now, in this part of the world, before this hospital existed, any baby that needed to be delivered via C-section would sadly die along with the mother, because there was no place for them to have this more, you know, in-depth type of delivery. There was no hospitals in this area. So that's a really powerful thing that they have this now. As you can see there, David Sterling went and they did the ribbon cutting, and now they have, because of these donations, this hospital in that part of the world to give back to a part of the world where we cultivate a beautiful oil that makes millions of people happy and healthier. The next project we're going to talk about are the Healing Hands, the Rafa House, and the Dahlia Hope organization. This was a really powerful thing in convention when she came out. I'm sure Taina and Juliana will agree. Like, there was not a dry eye in the house. It was really, on the one hand, hard to hear her story, very touching and moving and difficult to hear. As you can see here on the slide, this lady in the middle, Faith, she was the victim of sex trafficking from a very, very young age, from a child, really. I believe her parents sold her into it, sadly. And so she was there in person and she gave her story. And I think at the age of about 13 or 14, she was able to escape. She is now an employee of doTERRA Corporate, and she started the Dahlia Hope organization, where she helps people who have escaped or who have been rescued from sex trafficking and human trafficking. And she helps with different services to help them rebuild their lives again, whether it's vocational training, therapy, and so much more. So it's a really amazing organization. And again, purchasing the Hope Oil as well as your donations, these are the types of projects you're helping. The Rafa House is also a home that is developed, was built to help children who were victims of sex trafficking. So they can live in this Rafa House, they get therapy, they get training, they get help to be able to then go out into the world when they're of age. And as you can see here on the slide, they even built a Healing Hands Art Center for them. So really, really incredible, awesome projects that, again, I encourage you guys to be there in person. It's so impactful, you know, when you get to hear their stories and understand in a deeper way just how much this is making a difference in their lives. Another awesome project we have is the Healing Hands Mobile Crime Lab. This is a van, truck, like you see there, that goes to the scene of these crimes, which doTERRA explained is very, very important that we do this because many, many times too much of the evidence disappears before they're able to have the accuser in custody and able to secure these samples of, you know, the evidence that they would have to convict them. So bringing this to the place that the crime is occurring and getting him in that moment and putting him in that truck and collecting the evidence, it's really helping the cases be much stronger. So that's why it's so important to have the mobile crime labs for these types of crimes. And again, helping with your donations or with the Hope Blend, these are the types of things you're giving back to. And I think before I go into Guayaquil, even if you don't do the $25, that's totally fine. Even just adding $1 to your to your LRP order every month, you can give back to Healing Hands with even $1. Even $1 per each of us is making a huge impact. We have more than 13 million members in the world. So you can imagine the impact we can have and how many amazing projects we can help with just $1 per month in giving to Healing Hands. If that's all you can do, you can pre-select that. You can select 5 if you want. You can get the Hope Blend. We have the Rose Lotion. There's so many other ways that you can donate to Healing Hands. Now for the new oils, which are so exciting. This is probably one of my favorites. So again, with doTERRA, it's hard to pick a favorite, but Guaiac Wood is an oil that has been really sought after. Many, many times people have asked me about Guaiac Wood. Well, really what they call it is Palo Santo, which is another name for this type of oil. And what happens with Palo Santo oil, and the reason why doTERRA has never had that as an oil that we offer, is because it is very difficult to cultivate that oil and to source that oil in an ethical way. Because of so many people wanting Palo Santo, what ends up happening is they cut down the trees way more prematurely to get this oil. And in fact, these trees are supposed to mature from 50 to 70 years and then be cut down and then dry age in the forest for another few years before they're even cultivating the resin for the oil. And that's not happening. So it's becoming harmful to the environment, harmful to the trees. And so what doTERRA did was they cultivated a form of it from Paraguay, and it's called Guaiac Wood, okay? It has a smoky, sweet smell, like almost like the touch of a floral rose to it. And it's very calming. It's commonly used in creating a tranquil environment, a relaxing environment, for cleansing energy. If you're into energy cleansing and all of that stuff like I am, it's really good for that as well. And it's ethically sourced. We never have to worry about doTERRA adding to any burden on our environment or anything negative in the sustainability of these herbs and of these plants. So we're really excited about Guaiac Wood. It is going to have a price of $20 wholesale, and it will be out October 1st. So just a couple more days and you guys can grab your bottles if you missed out on the convention kit, which sold out very quickly.
Okay, hey everyone. I unmuted myself, Marlene.
Yeah, you go ahead. Taina's gonna go over Eucalyptus and Supermint with you guys.
Yes, so I had the opportunity to go over a few oils. I wanted to talk about the eucalyptus one because it smells amazing. I had the opportunity to go to convention. That was my 3rd time going. I love to go because I get to smell all of the oils and, get the oils at at an early, before, the general public. So this, if you guys love eucalyptus, you're going to even love it more only because it has 5 different species in it right now. So the 5 new species are there. I don't want to pronounce it because I might say the words wrong. But the same way that you would use eucalyptus, they say that what we learned from Dr. Hill was that when you have more species of essential oils in a bottle, this is actually, it's going to be more potent and it's just going to do more for us therapeutically. So I love that. So if you thought eucalyptus was working for you before, it's going to be 5 times working for you. So this is going to be available October 1st. So as you guys can see, it's going to be for $21. So make sure that you get it. And like I said, continue to use it the way that you always use the eucalyptus now. Put it in your shower, in the diffuser, inhale it. It's going to help with any for anyone that's new here. Eucalyptus helps with respiratory support, congestion, and the winter months are coming, especially for us in New York. So a lot of people get congested. So this should be something that you have in your medicine cabinet.
Oh, you're doing Superman, right? So I'll do Spanish sage. So Spanish sage, another really exciting oil that's coming out. Also October 1st. We always had clary sage, which is a form of sage, and it's very helpful for women's hormones. And I've used it many times and helped clients with it many times. But it didn't really have that same scent like a sage that you would burn does, which I've always loved using, just in relaxing with meditation, cleaning out the energy again, the types of things that I really enjoy doing. And the Spanish sage has that beautiful sage scent, but it's so much better as an oil because when you burn sage, it kind of smells burnt, it takes away from, it can be overpowering. It can almost be too much of a good thing, right? So doing it with the oil is just so much better for you. And it has much more medicinal properties when you're using it, obviously aromatically. This is also a blend that's going to help with feeling relaxed, uplifted. It's also really good for cognitive function, for memory and attention. And you can actually take Spanish sage internally. So why is that a great thing? Well, normally for memory and attention, the oils that we have to take internally that I always recommend, one of my go-tos for that is frankincense, right? And we all love frankincense for the same properties that Spanish sage has, but frankincense is almost 3 times the price of Spanish sage. So if you're, have a loved one that has a neurological decline, that's losing their memory as we're aging, or just in general, mental health and memory and attention is something that we all have, our moments with, right? And so what a beautiful thing that for $25, we can have our oil, take it internally for these benefits. And we can, not necessarily need the frankincense for that, though I still recommend using frankincense for many different things. I know that a lot of people, even if they have that need and they have that symptom, because it's frankincense, it's like they, only take it out on special occasions. And we don't want that. We want people to use the oils every day for their wellness, and so whatever that is in your budget, this is going to fit much more nicely for that. But it also has an amazing scent. I'm actually diffusing it right now, and it's very uplifting, but yet calming at the same time. You could also use it in cooking and dry brushing. So there's many, many ways you can use it. And then we have Superman.
Yes, so Superman is my favorite. So it's called Superman for a reason. We have 4 different types of mints. So if you all love peppermint, if you tried the Japanese peppermint when that came out, the bergamot mint and spearmint, This is all combined, 4 oils in one. It smells divine. You guys have to get it. So pretty much as you guys know, and for anyone who's new, peppermint, you know, spearmint, any of the mints, they help also with respiratory. It helps with focus and energy in the morning. You know, I like to have it by me because I'm not a morning person. So that's a little trick. Leave it by your bedside so that way you can inhale it. But it's just going to also help with digestive support. I know a lot of people like gargling with the spearmint or peppermints. So imagine this with all 4 mints combined. So you can gargle with it, or, you know, add it to your toothpaste. So it comes in 3 different formats. So you're going to get the regular essential oil, which you guys can diffuse. And then it comes in a roller bottle. I like the roller bottles because you can take it on the go with you and, you know, roll it as you need it throughout the day. And then it also comes in the beadlets. And I know someone here, Helena, was asking for spearmint beadlets, but supermint beadlets, you know, it's a quarter of a drop. So beetlets is a little circle. It's made out of vegetable skin, and it has the essential oil in there, like 1/4 of an essential oil, and you just pop it in your mouth, and it's gonna give you fresh breath. I know when I use it, I love the way it tastes, and it also helped open up my airways, and, you know, just kind of woke me up, right? So it's amazing. It's gonna be available though in January. But if you guys go to the post-convention tour, you can get it at the post-convention tour. So make sure you sign up for that. The one in New York will be here on Saturday, October 15th.
Yeah, so when you guys, when we finish the class, you will receive an email with kind of a summary of what we went over, certain things. So the post-convention link will be in your email, and it'll show you all the different cities where doTERRA will be touring, to give you, again, information that you would have learned at convention. You know, above and beyond this, it's a little longer. It's like 4 hours. So you really get much more of an experience when you go. And like Taina said, you have an opportunity to purchase the new oils again before they come out for sale. Some things aren't going to be out till January. Other things aren't going to be out all the way till March. So we want to, if you want them sooner, that would be a really good way. Plus it's a savings. You're going to save a lot more if you get it as the kit, like the convention kit with all the new things that are going to be in there for post-convention. So that's a really good thing to take advantage of. Here's another product that we have is the hair bars. So it's shampoo and conditioner in bar form. What I love about this is that it helps the environment. It eliminates plastic bottles. And so, of course, the more that we can do that, the better. It's also really good for people who have to be on the go and travel. If you fly a lot, you know that they're very picky about how many ounces of this and that, and you have to check it. Maybe you just want to throw a few things together and hop on a plane. Now you can take your shampoo and conditioner right with you and not worry about it. They smell amazing, like literally like you're walking into a spa. I am in love with the scents of both of them. And they're, of course, free of the sulfates and the parabens and like all the things that just strip your hair of their natural oils, strip your hair of their health. And, you know, you're probably going to, and I've heard that they do lather up more than the typical natural shampoo. One of the things when it comes to natural shampoos and natural dishwashers and natural toothpaste that I hear my clients say is, well, I don't think it's working. It's not foaming up enough. I just feel like it needs to foam up because we're so used to the chemicals and all the sulfates, and that's what causes the foaming action. Well, that doesn't mean that it's good for us, right? So with this, because it's that soapy consistency and it's a bar, like it just naturally has that foaming, more of a foaming activity than like regular shampoo would without the sulfate. So really cool. They smell amazing. I'm very excited about them. I think they're going to be great to try. And they have mint in them, cedarwood, rosemary. I mean, I just love the scent. I hope they make like an oil blend with them because it really smells amazing together. And then another new product we have is the On Guard Gel. So you all know about our On Guard spray mist. It's a sanitizer spray. You can use it on your hands. You can use it on surfaces. Now we have the On Guard Sanitizing Gel. And what's nice about it is that it's not sticky and it has, and it like disappears right off of your skin. Like as soon as you put it on, it's like dry, like immediately. So it's not sticky. Doesn't have that residue that just sticks with you. And obviously it doesn't have all of those harmful chemicals that regular sanitizers have that make you more weak to getting sick, that they don't really protect you from much. I typically will show the slide, if you follow me for any amount of time, where it shows you that the chemicals don't even kill as much as the essential oils do. It's all plant derived. And again, it's going to do the job without harming our good flora, our bacteria that protects us. So we don't want to do that. And now we're going to get into our new program, which is, everyone's so excited about it, the Metapower program. And we have Juliana with us today. She was there. Juliana and Taina both went to Utah. So you're getting firsthand knowledge with them. They were there, they stayed the whole 3 days. They got, all the information and really understand the benefits of these amazing products. So Juliana is going to share Metapower, and then I'll come back on and share some other things on some of the studies that were so cool to see, and then also some of the things on our vitamins. And again, for those of you who are new, if this isn't something that you're necessarily looking for right now and you're really interested in more of the oils and some of the other things, we are happy to help you with that. But for those who are wanting help with metabolism, skin, brain clarity, energy, this is a really exciting system that we have coming out, and we're just so excited to share and to see all of our wellness be boosted from it. So Juliana, let me see if I can, are you unmuted? I don't know, I don't see you on here.
I think I should be okay.
Okay, cool. So there's Juliana, she's gonna start the Metapower presentation.
All right, thanks, Marlene. Good afternoon, everyone. So this is one of the biggest launches that, or actually probably ever since the initial launch of doTERRA, they told us that this is the second largest. So it's going to be a huge game changer, not only for those of us that are ready with doTERRA, but other people too that are going to be interested in all of the amazing benefits that Metapower has. So we want to walk you through a couple of things, and here are some of the goals that we have. First, do you control your metabolism, or does metabolism control you? Based on what you know and what you think you know, ask yourself that question, and then we'll come back to that. We want you to understand why the world needs metabolic health awakening. And you're going to hear some really interesting scientific facts along with studies. We also want you to learn about the relationship between health span, biological aging, and metabolic health. And then finally, we're going to show you exactly what the Metapower system is about and give you steps and some tips on how to go about it and be able to start the Metapower system. We can go to the next slide. Awesome. So before we dive in, I would like for you to ask yourself this question: what's preventing you from living your most powerful life? Just take a moment to think about that. And these 6 things here are some of the most common things we hear from folks. Is it energy, weight, mood, sleep, mental clarity, stress, emotional imbalances? A combination of those at some point in our lives, we have experienced something like that. Sometimes one more than other. Now, if we go on to the next slide, if you haven't already been familiar with our wellness pyramid, here it is. And there's some modifications here that I'm going to talk about. Wellness starts at a cellular level. And in convention, we got really into the scientific nerdiness, and we got to learn a lot about from Dr. Hill and some of these incredible experts. So we really have groundbreaking science behind all of this. So to keep it really simple, think about these pillars as building blocks. So from the bottom, the most basic and important, nutrition and digestion. Important to address that, and we'll get into that in a little bit later in the presentation. Second, movement and metabolism. These first 2 pillars are important, and along with the Metapower system, plus our lifelong vitality, we will get into the details on how these two can improve and shape the rest going up. Rest and management of stress, reducing toxic load in our homes, informed self-care, and being proactive. Even if we are relatively healthy, we still need to take care of ourselves so that when something comes up unexpected, whether it's something out of our control, we are well equipped, and then we can take care of those around us. So first things first, what is good metabolic health? This means that your body can digest and absorb nutrients from food with healthy, stable levels of blood sugar, blood fat, and insulin. So fluctuations in these can vary, and that's normal, but it's important to avoid big spikes. And for those of you who have had any issues with blood sugar and blood fat, you probably can remember some of these conversations. And when there's a lot of big spikes, that can contribute to issues, whether short-term or long-term health. So now let's get into the 5 pillars of metabolic health, starting with eating healthy, then daily mobility, and that could mean something different for each person, whether it's a daily walk, taking a hike, walking or biking, or perhaps you like to strength train, do some yoga, etc. So some sort of daily mobility, we know it's important, as well as what we eat, our nutrition. Something else to consider is our connections, the relationships, the people that we know around us that we talk to. And this also includes the relationships with our jobs and our work that we do. Stress management. We know stress is inevitable and it's part of life, and avoiding it, it's not the solution. It's how we cope with stress that helps to maintain healthy metabolism, and amongst other things that we're going to talk about. And then last, but definitely not least, is smart supplementation. And this is really how you double down on the benefits of all of the other pillars, which is granting you greater return on all of your efforts. In fact, sometimes when we start with smart supplementation, we're able to balance certain things in our bodies and our systems that can allow us to make better food choices, manage stress better, be able to be motivated to do daily movement, and have healthy connections. And MetaPWR involves all of these. Now, I want you to think, what does optimal metabolic health look like for you? Does that mean more energy so you can keep up with your family, kids, social life, perhaps more stamina throughout the day, not having to go for that second, third, or fourth cup of coffee? Or is it improve endurance during your workouts, having a clear head so that you can focus and work with your clients, be able to teach your classes and help other people? Or is it really to just look and feel great, better than you already are? So here's something really interesting, and a statistic about metabolic health. Only 6.8% of the United States adult population have optimal cardiometabolic health. So this means that of every 14 people you meet, 13 have suboptimal metabolic health, and many do not even know it. So some of these biomarkers that can indicate whether there's good or optimal metabolic health is blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. And we know those are very common these days. So some of the things that could be measured are healthy weight range, family history, cardiovascular health, and things of the like. And now, something also that we talked about during convention is that metabolic health and biological age are inseparable. So this pretty much means that biological age is a measure of how young your cells appear based on how healthy they are and they behave. So just as outward appearance doesn't always represent the numerical age, so there may be people that look older than their really age are, or backwards, they look younger. Those things could be involved with the health of our cells. Now, when we take control of our metabolic health, we also slow down the signs of biological aging, and then we're able to extend our lifespan. And there's a lot of research that was discussed during convention and all of the studies that we're continuing to study. And it's pretty incredible because the testimonies also tell us that people that have been trying Metapower for the last couple of months before it even got released, they were just telling us, like, here are the benefits. I feel younger here, the before and afters, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that too. So I know this is a video that Dr. Russell did, and so we're gonna get into explaining that a little bit so that we can see the charts. First one here is a chart that shows the lifespan versus the health span. Now there's a difference between these two. We know that medical advances are helping us to live longer. People can live up to over 100 years old. The question is, do they feel good? Are they relatively healthy? I think none of us want to get to 100 years old or more and feel really, really sick. So what if we can reach the age of our goal age, but still feel great inside out? Well, this chart shows that because lifespan has been decreasing over time, the health span does not necessarily equal it. And we've seen time over time that through healthy habits and looking at those health pillars that we discussed and focusing on smart supplementation, which is where Metapower comes in, the studies that have been done can help the health span to get closer to the lifespan. So this orange bar that you see here is way over more to the right, but still relatively high. And if we can reach this and be intentional about it by setting these practices, our healthy habits, and utilizing smart supplementation, including lifelong vitality and the Metapower, is definitely something that is doable. So now, how do we close that gap, the lifespan and the health span? Even for the average healthy person, aging markers begin to show up in our 20s. We start to notice that from gray hairs and a couple of wrinkles there. Aging is inevitable. Now, by the time folks reach their 50s, the body is producing about half of NAD as it was when they were in their 20s. And NAD is a molecular critical to metabolic function and DNA repair. So what does that mean for us? That as we age, so does our metabolic function, which really plays a big role in our cellular health. And because our metabolism influences everything from our body weight, body composition, energy, cognitive performance, all of these things that we notice physically, mentally, and emotionally, to close the gap between the lifespan and the health span, we have to really take control of our metabolic health. Here are 4 of the metabolic health obstacles. And so if we can strive to overcome these by educating ourselves about metabolic health, like we're doing here, utilizing the tools and smart supplementations and implementing healthy habits, we can begin to overcome maturing fat cells, blood sugar spikes, cellular integrity, and start to be more mindful about the things that we use, including supplements. This new product line of Metapower was created to provide support in overcoming these obstacles and not only improving our cellular health, but also helping us live a more youthful, vibrant life, which is what we all really want. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. We're going to do an exercise that we also did at convention. If you like, close your eyes. And I want you to think about, what if all the years of your life could be lived at your fullest? What does that look like for you? So picture waking up after a really night sleep. You had a restful sleep, low stress levels, and the energy to do whatever you wanted to do that day. Tackle that to-do list. Your mind is also clear. You're at your healthiest weight. And then now you can't even help but put a smile on your face. And seeing the outside of you matches how you feel inside So if you gently open your eyes again, what do you see and how do you feel? It's a little bit of mindfulness activity that if we check in with ourselves and do this once or twice a week, we're able to connect back to our purpose and to why we want to even utilize these amazing tools. So now finally, let's talk about Metapower system. This system is really meant to be a game changer. And since a lot of people have been trying it, expressed their testimonials, we are excited to be able to bring this to all of you and for everyone to be sharing this with others as well. Let's go to the next slide. So let's walk through a couple of steps. First, we're going to share how Metapower system can combat each of those metabolic health obstacles that we talked about. And we'll begin with the first one, right? Maturing fat cells. So in the next slide, we'll take a look at these three pictures, and these are balloons, right? Starting with like really small, getting medium size, and then large. So some analogy to explain this that was taught was as you lose weight, you don't actually reduce the number of fat cells in the body. It's simply more like burning the fat that has been stored within each of those cells. So that is causing them to be smaller as opposed to growing and accumulating more. And when we reach adulthood, according to experts, the number of fat cells in the human body are more or less staying the same. And they can grow or shrink between 5 to 10% and then die each year, but they're replaced. So there's a lot of complexity that's going inside of us that we don't even know. These steps really are what make up what's happening in addition to what we do every single day. So this is just one analogy, but if we keep going, we're going to talk about the first product of Metapower. And this is the Metabolic Blend. It's composed of, or helps us to inhibit fat cell maturation, which we've been talking about, curbs those cravings in between meals, and supports the metabolic health overall. All right. So then let's talk about the second piece, blood sugar spike, another obstacle we see in a number of cases. Here's another analogy to help explain this. And this one is about cars. So it's been said that each time your blood sugar spikes as you age, it's kind of similar to like the bodies of cars. If you're putting your foot to the floor all the way down, accelerating, slamming, and then quickly slamming on those brakes, it's going to wear your car down eventually. The wear and tear analogy, right? So even normal range spikes and dips in your blood sugar can be hard on your body, contributing to really poor cellular function. And so most people naturally have post-meal blood glucose spikes. Some may also experience blood glucose dips if they wait between meals too long. So then, we feel hangry and uncomfortable, and then there gets to the point where people are no longer hungry anymore. We don't want to get to that point, the extremes, avoiding the extremes. The more that we can smooth out these spikes and not do what the car analogy does with like hitting the brakes and accelerating, the better it is for us and our metabolic health. And not only does this help our metabolic health, but also keep our energy levels sustained, and we don't have those high energies and crashes during the day. Okay, next up, Metapower Assist. These are soft gels, as you can see here in the bottle, and it's a natural supplement that's formulated to help smooth out the curves out the normal range blood sugar around meal times. So it's recommended to take these during your biggest meal of the day, which could be lunch or dinner for you. They help decrease the post-meal glucose spikes, reduce the absorption of simple carbohydrates, support healthy blood sugar responses, and stabilize energy levels throughout the day. And now if we go to the next chart, before we keep going, who here wants to hear a little bit more about the research? Well, doTERRA has a lot of clinical results, and that's something that a lot of us love to hear. Clinical research, we actually got to meet some of the folks that were involved with this, and they're expanding the scope of clinical trials and research with the results of MetaPWR. And all of the full system. There's an online course that goes in so much detail, way more than what we did today. We just barely scratching the surface here. And if you scan this QR code or take a picture of it, it's going to take you straight to the page where you can log in and have access to this MetaPWR course. You can do it in your own time, but it's going to dive deep and get into all of the scientific terms and good stuff that you can study on your time and can definitely share with others too. Okay. The third obstacle that we talked about in terms of metabolic health is cellular integrity. And for this next part, there are two key things that we want to understand about the relationship between aging and cellular integrity. First, collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. And we have 28 types of collagen in the body, which I didn't even know about either before the convention. Collagen is a key component of connective tissues that make up tendons, ligaments, skin, muscles, and more. It gives the skin this elasticity and firmness, which is usually the common thing that people think about when they hear collagen. And not everyone wants to supplement collagen, add it to the protein, to their coffee, to all of these things because of the beauty and skin aspect. But it's also responsible for all of these other things. Well, while collagen is something humans and animals produce naturally, over time, that natural production begins to drop as we age, just like with the metabolic health. About age 25 is when it starts to go down. And now earlier we talked about the NAD term and how it's really important for our cellular health and maintaining metabolic function and sustain energy levels and be able to convert food into energy and all that good stuff. So without NAD, we'd be on the fast to really just getting sick over and over again. We really need to pay attention more to our metabolic health more than ever, especially with the statistics of how many people have all of these. 13 out of 14 people that we meet have issues with metabolic cardio health. So now let's get into the next product that is related to collagen. And a lot of people are super excited about this and have already tried it for those of us that went to convention. This is the third step of the MetaPWR system, and it combines the power of marine collagen, so derived from fish, the NMN, and 10 other synergistic ingredients to target cellular integrity and health span. So basically, it's like a powerhouse. This specific product can replace some of the collagen supplements that you have been taking perhaps before, and can support our body's ability to produce our own collagen. So it's a source that our body can metabolize, can recognize, and then therefore we can reap the benefits. The results is really slowing biological aging, which means firmer, more elastic skin, improved cognitive function, more mental clarity, and able to focus, also be able to have more lean muscle and connective tissue. So less likely to have maybe some discomfort with joints and the ligaments that we talked about. And what does this look like? So as you can see, there's little sachets in that box. So the big box comes with several of these sachets, and they, when you open it up, contain this powder inside. And the easiest way to take the MetaPWR advantage is by simply putting that sachet inside of a bottle or a glass of water and shaking it up, mixing it together and drinking it. So regardless of what your situation is, this is something that anyone can use and be able to see the results yourself. So something that probably some of you may be thinking if you've already been taking collagen supplements is that it's super common and a lot of the brands tend to claim that they're the best, right? And something that we want to remember about doTERRA's Metapower Advantage that contains collagen is that the quality is so good. First, it's 12 times more absorbable, which means bioavailable. Our bodies can absorb it and recognize it than other collagen products, which is really important because if we're taking other supplements, other collagen, and the body is not recognizing it and it's not bioavailable, then it's really just a waste of money and time. Second, most collagen replacing products only feature 1 or 2 collagen peptides. And the Metapower Advantage contains 9 unique collagen types. Finally, it's activated by us. The Metapower Advantage is hydrolyzed. And it's in this powder format that we were just referring to, and it's activating by mixing it with the water and drinking it every day. So it's just one extra habit that takes like 3 seconds to do, and you'll start to see the benefits throughout. So if we go to the next slide, we'll see here a little bit more about those collagen types from number 1 all the way to 9. And they're sustainably harvested, which I know we talk about too, the sustainability and the efficacy with cold water marine fish in really exotic locations like Italy, for example. We know that in doTERRA, a lot of the products, in fact, all of their products are highly tested to make sure they're super clean and ready for consumption and safe too. Well, other collagens in the product, we don't know what type of testing they do and if they come from other sources and what other ingredients they may have. Now, if here we can see all of the different ingredients that together make up this Metapower Advantage, from the marine collagen, red orange fruit extract. The taste is like citrusy. So think of it like orange and lemony taste in water. So like a flavored water, if you will. So if you take some time to read through the ingredients, we know are very straightforward, clear of what it contains. And it's something that we've gotten used to doing throughout, right? Anytime we want to go natural and have more natural products, we want to really look into the ingredients. And it's something that I know, at least I trust doTERRA with, especially after getting to meet and know the corporate headquarters and seeing all of the things they do and test to ensure the best quality for us. It tastes really good. So I see some comments here that it tastes delicious too. Next, the Metapower Advantage is really a great value. So not only is it safe and effective and natural, it's not going to be so expensive like probably other collagen out there. If we combine all of these ingredients into one product, it would end up being significantly more, maybe in another market or in some other place. But here you'd spend over $300 to get only a portion of what's inside of this Metapower Advantage. So really, it's a really good value if we were to compare all of these different ingredients, right? And we only get it for $84 wholesale, and we do get PV, 70 PV in every order. You can start with taking 1 a day or twice a day, but definitely, you know, I think for the most part, they were recommending once a day, depending on, you know, each person. So as a recap, these metabolic health obstacles are something that if we are mindful about and can seek to understand how we can improve them through the Metapower system and healthy lifestyle habits, along with smart supplementation from Lifelong Vitality, we're able to overcome them naturally and our mindset also matters. Checking in with each other and doing that quick exercise. Why am I doing this? What's my goal? I want to feel and look good inside out. I want to be there for my family, loved ones. I want to serve my clients, my community. I want to be healthy, and I want to help others too. So now Marlene is going to get into some really awesome Metapower studies. Hand it over back to you.
Thank you, Juliana. That was awesome. It's really going to be exciting to watch all of you getting more energy, getting to your weight goals. And we'll talk about a team-wide challenge that we're going to be offering at the end of class, so we can do this together and make it fun and be there to support each other and have those daily reminders that sometimes help. You know, what a beautiful thing to get a little message and say, hey, did you take your vitamins today? I know I would love that message. It does help. I know with the gym that I'm at now, if I miss going a few extra days, like they text me. This is the first time I've ever had a gym do that and say, hey, we miss you, Marlene, where you been? And believe it or not, that helps me get right back on track. So that accountability and just having that a group effort where we're all kind of on the same team and we're going towards similar goals can really help us get there. So we're going to go over that at the end. But I just wanted to share one of the studies that they went over, because I thought it was so fascinating and so exciting that we already had, you know, an oil blend that helped us with metabolism and that helped us with weight loss. And all of you probably remember the name Slim and Sassy, right? So Metapower Blend is taking the place of Slim and Sassy. And what I love is that they actually went in and tested the Metapower Blend to see the effectiveness. As you can see in the slide here, they showed us 3 slides like this with 3 different blends. And I'm going to just explain it in this one slide so I can cut down on some of the slides. So this is a presentation with a ton of them. As you can see in the bottom, all that red, where you see a lot of red, that's the fat cells. And they add a dye to the fat to show, you know, where the fat is in the sample, right? So what you're seeing here, like, let's say like the second or third there, that second or third one where you can see a reduction in the red, but it's still there. That was what it looked like when they tested out the first blend, okay? And they thought, okay, this is good. It has some effect. It's working nicely. What's going to happen if we add even more oils to this blend, and what impacts will it have on the fat cells? And so they added even more oils, but they found that it really didn't have a bigger impact in the fat cells. So they said, okay, well, let's come back on the ratios. Let's tweak it a bit more. And what you're seeing here in the very last pink slide at the end, that's the impact that the Metapower had on the fat. As you can see, it's barely there. That last one is what it looked like when the Metapower blend was used. That first blend that they used that they found did have an impact was Slim and Sassy. So it goes to show that those Slim and Sassy did work and had an impact on the fat cells. As you can see here, that first bar, that red, pinkish, orangey bar, that's the Slim and Sassy results. And as you can see, as they went down up in dose and in increasing the dose with that last orange bar, that's the impact that the Metapower had on the fat accumulation. Like Juliana said, it's not a matter of reducing the amount of fat cells, but what the oil did was it gave the fat cells a healthier signal so that it stops storing the fat droplets into the fat cell, which is what makes the fat cell bigger and how we gain weight. Okay, that's the difference. And it was really cool to see how we're just making the blends better and better. And even though like our Slim and Sassy worked well, this is going to work way better. And I also like the name Metapower. I think that, and I know there's a few guys on the call today. I've had in the past men that worked with me that wanted to lose weight, that wanted some help with their metabolism and their workouts and their fitness levels, but they weren't that happy about taking a blend called Slim and Sassy. So the Metapower can be good for both men and women, and you know it's very neutral in that sense, and it's much more effective than the Slim and Sassy was, which is really exciting. So again, when you combine a healthy lifestyle, so how we're sleeping, how we're really, we're managing our stress with our essential oils, of course, right? The metabolic system is a safe, effective, and affordable way to reach our wellness goals. Not just with metabolism, with, like Juliana said, the elasticity in our skin, the youthfulness in our skin, in our look as we're aging, brain clarity. One of the things that was kept coming up over and over and over again for people who had just tried a couple of those sachets was just how focused and clear their mind was becoming very quickly on the supplement. So mental clarity, being able to focus, that's a big part of the benefits as well. And like Juliana said, it's affordable. Like if you were to count all of the things you have within one sachet, it's penny. It's like $2 a day, you know? And I know plenty of people on this call who are spending $5, $6 on Starbucks every day to try to get that energy, right? But it actually harms us because it has the caffeine, it dehydrates us, and it's 3 times the price of these collagen powders. So when you factor all of that in, it's really worth, you know, the investment of your health. And at $2 a day, you're saving money if you can cut out the Starbucks, right? Baby steps though. The other way you can utilize the Metapower Blend is in a gum format too. So we have the gum, we also have beadlets as well, which I was really excited about because the Slim and Sassy oil, even though I did take it and I would take the soft gels, putting it in my water, it was a little bit too intense for me. Like the flavor was a little bit extra for that. And I noticed that with the beadlets, with Metapower, it's much more mild. It's much more tolerable to just throw that drop of oil right in your mouth or take the beadlet. Even if you're not like, even if you have another favorite for your water, you know, maybe you just love your grapefruit in your water, you love your lime in your water, and you don't want to fill your water with the Metapower Blend, you can just throw a drop right in your mouth and it's going to be much more tolerable than the Slim and Sassy, in my opinion. So, or you got the beadlets too. So that's another benefit. What they recommend is 1 to 2 capsules of the Assist 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal. So if you're a heavy lunch eater, you want to take it then. If you're doing bigger dinners, you want to take it then. So that's how you would, and you can take it for both meals. If you really are, you know, have a bit more to lose and you really want to get in and like boost all of this in a higher way, you can absolutely do both meals as well. But one meal is fine. And then just once a day, you're going to add your Metapower Advantage to cold or room temperature water in a shaker bottle, which again activates it. And you can safely take it up to 3 times a day. So if you're kind of on a mission to like really boost your weight loss or boost, you know, all of these things, you can totally do that. Oh, and here it just kind of gives you a bit of a, like an example of morning, what your morning would look like, what your daytime, lunchtime would look like, and what evening would look like taking the Metapower. You know, taking the pills in the morning, maybe it's the sachet. Also your vitamins, lifelong vitality vitamins are very, very important to be a part of your daily routine as well. And we'll get a little bit into that as well. And this is actually the convention kit. So again, post-convention, this should be there, hopefully again. And so again, $250 is going to be what it is going to go for. And it's $333 in value. So you have a significant savings even beyond the wholesale price. So that's something to consider. I have a feeling you're only going to be able to get it if you go to post-convention because of how fast they sold out in convention. I don't know if they'll let us do them online. We'll see. But I encourage you to go. And like I said, you'll have the link. If hopefully there's a city close by where you live, you can attend. Here in Florida and Orlando, it's going to be October 8th. And we also have one in November that's all Spanish for Spanish speakers. So there's 2 options there. And here's, again, just another sample of some of the other supplements. You have your lifelong vitality in there. We have our greens that you can also add some more plant-based nutrition to your water, to your smoothies. Just the more that we can add, you know, that plant-based nutrition, the healthier we'll be. You know, we unfortunately don't graze on plants all day long. And then I'm going to get into the lifelong vitality a little bit too, because it's an important piece to this. Okay. All too often, our doTERRA people are not taking the vitamins. Okay. And then I hear, oh, I used to take them and then I kind of fell off and like my blood sugar's been bad again. Oh, I'm back at the doctor. And I said, well, what happened? You used to take the lifelong vitality and you said that your doctor, reduced your prescription because you were doing so much better. Oh yeah, that's right. And people they forget. And so I want this to be like a reminder again of the impact that lifelong vitality is going to have in your health. Okay. And even if you're buying vitamins elsewhere, let's talk about the comparison so you can understand the value and the nutrition that you're getting with lifelong vitality, which is in this 3-pack, it's the essential vitamins and minerals in 1 pack, the VMZ. The CRS is the cellular longevity blend, which is all your antioxidants, that cellular energy, that boost in energy for you, that healing the free radical damage in our cells. And then the E omegas are the essential oils with the omegas mixed together. So you're getting some essential oils that are really good for the brain health, metabolism, energy, immune system, inflammation, like all of those things in 1 pill. So it's really, really powerful to just get those all in your system together. It fills the gap in your diet. And here are some of the benefits. From the VMZ, you're looking at digestive health, immune health, bone health, cellular metabolic health. The omegas, brain, cellular growth, immune, which I mean, right now, right, that's a big thing. Heart and circulatory health, joint health. And then the CRS is the free radical and antioxidant damage. So it's a powerhouse. It really, really is. They're very bioavailable, and that's key. Absorption when you're taking vitamins is key. And what makes lifelong vitality different is that they're chelated. So inorganic minerals are bound to organic compounds. That's important for absorption. And they are full spectrum, which means substances are provided in their entirety. So natural ratios aren't affected. When you get the whole plant, when you get the full spectrum of the nutrient, your body utilizes it better and it absorbs it better. And that's important. So many of the vitamins on the market are not being utilized by your body. You're not getting absorption. So many times, like my clients tell me, I say, well, when you go to the bathroom, is it like really yellow? Oh yeah, I never noticed that, but that's true. It's your body's not absorbing because it doesn't recognize it as something that it can utilize. Okay. That one a day, it's not cutting it. The Walmart vitamins, if you're paying $10 for your vitamins, throw them in the garbage, please. It's not doing anything for your health. You're wasting your money and you can actually be harming your body with synthetic vitamins. Lifelong vitality, there's a ton of research, like Taina and Juliana mentioned. doTERRA is big on research. They are not going to just put a product out there. They put studies in place to make sure they understand what these products are doing in our body. And the lifelong vitality has this whole list of benefits. We already went over some of them. Stress management, even for stress, for emotional health, for digestive health, for brain cognitive health, all things, right? And these are benefits that have been studied in research. There was a study that was done for 2 months, and the participants took a full dose of lifelong vitality for 2 months, and their blood glucose levels and their cardiovascular health improved by over 30% just in 2 months. So again, it makes a difference. Okay, vitamins make a difference in your health. Prevention is key. It's not just about using that oil when you got the aches and pains. Like, let's boost the nutrition so that you're preventing those things from happening. Oh, it looks like this one. Oh, okay, it's coming out that way. Let me just fill it all. Okay, here we go. So again, value, right? All of these things are in your lifelong vitality. All of these things, if you're taking lifelong vitality, which is the 3, it's $80 wholesale, under $30 a bottle. A decent vitamin in any health food store, a decent one that your body can do something with, is gonna be at least 20, 30 bucks. And when you're paying those per bottle with lifelong vitality, that's not the value of that. You're getting a run-of-the-mill, decent something you can use in the store for $25, $30. When it comes to Lifelong Vitality, the value of that is really closer to $100 a bottle. You look at the commercial cost of these products and look at the value of the plant nutrition you're getting. Over $1,300 it would take you to eat. And who has the time to eat that cart of food every day, right? In what you have in your Lifelong Vitality. You want to take that further savings, the nutrient pack. If you're going to do the collagen, if you're going to do the Metapower and your energy levels are off the chain already, you know, they're fine. You don't need that extra help with the energy levels. Your nutrient pack is just the vitamins, minerals, and the omegas for the 59 for both. Again, that's a savings too. And quite frankly, it's a better deal for you to take half of a dose of the Lifelong Vitality or the nutrient pack, which means you're taking them once a day instead of twice a day. I would rather you do that and have your supply last you 2 months, which now the savings is closer to like $10, $15 a month per bottle, than a full dose of synthetic junk from the store that's doing nothing for your body. Okay, let's not wait for the diagnosis to happen. Because the other thing I hear is, I don't like vitamins. I don't like taking pills. I don't like taking pills. I don't take pills. I don't like it. Well, what do you think is going to happen if you go to the doctor and you get diagnosed with some chronic illness? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to put you on a pill and they're not going to give you a choice to take it, right? You're going to take it, or they're going to scare you and tell you, oh, if you don't take it, it's going to happen to you, right? So better to take something that actually heals your body than something that they're going to scare you into taking that has a laundry list of side effects that you're going to need other stuff to mitigate, right? So I wanted to hone in on this because the value you're getting with Lifelong Vitality is unmatched in the industry. And if you've never tried it, try it. You have nothing to lose. You can literally take all of the bottle in a month, use it all up. And if you do not feel something different in your body, you get a full refund. You have nothing to lose. This is the only product that doTERRA sells that they will give you a full, complete refund with for calling and finishing it all up and having empty bottles. Like, what company does that? You just take it all, we'll give you your money back if you don't like it, right? So
it's also the #1 sold product, right?
It is the #1 top selling doTERRA product in the entire company. Even though we are the largest essential oil company in the world, we still sell more vitamins than we do oils. And that says a lot. So if nothing more you take away from this presentation today, you're going to get back on your Lifelong Vitality or give them a try for a month and really boost your wellness and prevention. Okay, better to prepare and prevent than repair and repent. Let's start boosting our nutrition so that our health is in optimal levels and we're preventing illness from striking, not waiting and repairing on the back end. If you're brand new to doTERRA and you're listening to this, this is the way to get started. This is my favorite kit because it has a little bit of everything. And you can also get this kit on loyalties as well for an even steeper discount. But even with this, with the new one, if you're purchasing it to get a brand new account with doTERRA and have your account for a year, it's $17 a product. Like, it's a tremendous saving. You're getting the full Lifelong Vitality to try. You're getting the Deep Blue Cream, which is one of our top sellers for inflammation and soreness, because now we're all going to get back in the gym, right? And we're going to start working out and we're going to be sore for a while. You have your probiotics and you have your Terrazyme digestive enzymes and 5 oils. So it gives you a bit of everything. You can start using your essential oils, get into a beautiful habit of essential oils for mind, body, and spirit every day. And also your supplements. And our oils, again, if you're brand new to this doTERRA world, and this is the first class you're attending, our oils are medicine grade. They're medicinal grade, certified pure therapeutic grade, and they are taken internally. Okay, big difference than the oils out there. Okay, and if you're still not understanding what that means, watch the little video me and Rodney made the other day where we kind of go into in a fun way, like why essential oil quality matters. Okay, so the Healthy Habits Kit is a great kit to get on either one, on loyalty or on as a new one. Now, for those of us who are ready to get started with Metapower, and we want a savings with that as well, you have your free kit from, not free kit, your free enrollment kit. So you can get Metapower as an enrollment kit if you don't have a doTERRA account yet as well. And you can get it as a kit starting October 1st. It will be offered individually in November, but for now in October, you have to get the entire kit, which you should anyway. It's so worth it. Try the whole system. See what you think of it as a whole system, okay? And have everything all at once. And if you don't have an account, it'll be included. Or if you have an account and you maybe, you've been talking to a relative for a while and you really want them to have their own account because they keep bugging you for their oils. Hey, can you buy this for me? Can you buy that for me? And you're going to get your kit anyway. You can gift an account to someone because it's free with this kit. And what I'm super excited about too is when you buy your Lifelong Vitality or your nutrient pack, you can add the Metapower on the way we used to add, or the way we still add those extra things, and you customize your Lifelong Vitality pack. Those of you who take it already or who used to, get back on it for nothing more than to get back into the Lifelong Vitality benefits. And now you can get an even deeper discount in your Metapower. So instead of the 84 that Juliana mentions, it's only 65. So it brings it down even closer to $2 a day for your collagen. Okay, I've talked to people who are paying $300 a month for their collagen. And I've talked to people who are paying thousands of dollars to have them intravenously injected and all these new things they're doing now, right? Because they'll pay all of that for their beauty. But this is actually improving our health on top of everything else. So beautiful way. You can get up to 3 of these supplements reduced. So you can get 2 Metapower Advantages. They say you want to do it twice a day, at least for like a month, and see what happens. You can do that. Or you can do the Metapower Assist and the beetlets, and then do your Advantage. And then you can also add on a probiotic if you want, the digestive enzymes, any of the other ones. Super excited about this. This is going to be awesome to add on to your Lifelong Vitality packs, which all of you are going to be back on, right? Because we didn't harp on that enough. And then finally, the challenge, okay? So this will be in the email to remind you. But if you're going to start October 1st, well, October 1st, you can order your Metapower products. So let's say it takes you a week or so. What I'm thinking is by like maybe the middle of October, October 15th, by then everyone should have their products if they order them within the first few days of October. And we can do this challenge together where you're going to receive like a workbook that it's in your Metapower online course. I'll add that into the email. If you have difficulty finding it, I'll add it into the email. So that way you have it too. And then you can get daily messages texted to your phone, reminders to take your Metapower, inspirational messages, so that as a team, we can do this challenge for 30 days. And then hopefully maybe we can reconvene and share what we felt, all the benefits, what we experienced in our mental clarity and our energy, and maybe how loose our jeans are now, and all those different things. So you just have to text Metapower to 386-457, and then it's going to instruct you where to go from there. Again, this will be in the email, but I really hope that many of you join us for the challenge. I think it's going to be really fun to do together. And again, post-convention is going to be the 8th here, but you'll have that as well in the email as well, just to remind you when you can register for that. I hope many of you go in person. You will get the recording of this class as well. So if you have questions about it, and please get with the person who invited you if you don't have your doTERRA account yet, so you can get help getting started with that. What else? We do have this presentation of Metapower again on October 5th. In Spanish. So if you prefer Spanish and you'd love to hear this again in Spanish, feel free to join us. Or if you know someone who speaks more Spanish than English and you want to invite them, keep in mind we do have that on October 5th. I'm going to quickly go through here in the chat and see if anybody posted questions. And if you have a question, go ahead and post it in there so I can cover them before we end. I'm pretty happy that we only took us an hour and 19 minutes. I thought it would take us longer because it's so much information, but I'm glad I still have electricity too. So we were able to get all of this out. Let's see the chat here. Can't wait for the challenge. Okay. Yep, we do have vegan Lifelong Vitality for those of you who are vegan. Let's see what else. Yes, oil grind, Denise, absolutely. Thanks, Denise. Another Denise. Let's see. I'm so happy. Yes, Denise, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to whoever hears that message. I'm speaking to all, and speaking to myself too. You know, sometimes we just get busy. One of the things I will share, just so I can show you guys this. One of the things that really helps me kind of stay on target with my vitamins, because when you take a lot of things, sometimes it's like, oh my God, I have all these bottles, and our brains will tell us like, it's too much work to open the bottles, right? It'll tell us all kinds of crazy things. So I like to get these like supplement chests where literally it's just all in one. You see, I have my little labels there, where, you know, you can label everything and then you have your supplements in there. So it's all in one place. I can travel with this really easy, throw it in my suitcase, and I can put pretty much the full month supply in here. So like, as I'm sitting at my desk, I can just grab them as I'm drinking my water throughout the day. And it keeps me much more consistent to have them all in one compact place rather than having a million bottles. That feels like so intimidating to have to go and open all these bottles. So it really helps. I will be doing a raffle. That's something else I wanted to share. I will be doing a raffle in October for those of you who are ready to get started, whether it's with Metapower or Life on Vitality, any supplement protocol. And if you need my guidance or the person that enrolled you, get with them so we can really tailor a supplement protocol that you're going to feel the most benefits from. And whatever supplements that you decide to get started with on your LRP, just email me and I'll put my email here in the chat. And I'll have it in the email you get too, but email me your order numbers, and anyone who started at, say, Marlene, I started on LRP again, or I'm on LRP and I have a supplement protocol. This is my order number for October. I'm doing the Metapower, I'm doing Life on Vitality, or I'm doing the bone nutrient, whatever it is that you decide to do, you'll be entered in to win a raffle for some fun prizes in October. So, well, the end of October, I will draw those names. So keep that in mind as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed the presentation. Thank you guys for being on. I think Donna Charles. Hi, Donna. Juliana just put the Spanish convention registration link in the chat. You can get that one too if you want to register or share it. Please share it with anyone you know that speaks Spanish. And let me see if there are any other questions.
I was thinking, Marlene, that maybe we can put in the follow-up email the link that takes folks to the Metapower Advantage course, because it's free and anyone can take it.
Yes.
And dive in. There's so much goodness. I started to look at that and definitely check it out. You'll learn much more about it.
Yeah, the class is there. It also has the worksheet for the challenge where you can like write down different things like what you ate that day, what you're doing, how you're feeling, and really helps you kind of get you on this new way, right? That we're going to stick with and really feel the benefits of. So that's all in there. They're doing a lot more of this support with education on our back office. So it's really awesome. Yes, thank you guys. Hopefully it's almost 8:30 now and the wind isn't too crazy, but we never know what's going to happen. I'm just grateful that it stayed on throughout the presentation because the lights did flicker a couple times before we got started. So I was a little worried there, but we are here huddled in our homes. We're going to stay safe. Hopefully we have my lantern here just in case the light goes out. But we are just praying that everything, we're safe, and my heart goes out to Puerto Rico. I know that they're still going through it. A lot of them are not on today. I see Nancy's here from Puerto Rico. So I hope that your electricity is back on, your water soon, and we're just, you're in our thoughts and prayers. Oh, good, Denise. I'm glad you're in a hotel. You should have came over here. My goodness, you're right down the street. You should have came over here, hung out with me. Thank you guys for being on. We'll be in touch soon. Starting your Metapower, starting your vitamins. It's going to be great. See you soon. Bye.